Hi, and welcome to Mermaid Song Tarot. Lovely Taurus, this is your reading for April 2023 for the Sun, Moon, and Rising signs of Taurus. This is a general reading, so not everything is going to apply to everyone. So take what resonates with you and just leave the rest. That's the way it works. You'll want to check out the other videos for your moon and your rising sign so that you get a more clear, complete picture of how the energy of the month of April is going to play out for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Okay, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, and fabulousness. And I ask that the messages be clear and concise and for the highest good of everyone who sees this video. Okay, we are going to pull 3 cards for the recent past, 3 cards for the present, and 3 cards for what's coming up for you, Taurus. Keep in mind that all the cards kind of meld together into an overall message, so that's what we're going for anyway. And then we'll pull a shadow card that represents the energy underneath the whole reading, and we'll do an oracle card as well. So 3 cards for Taurus, please, for the recent past, or perhaps, you know, what is coming toward them. Oop, second card. And a twofer. Oh boy, here we go again. Cancer had several cards that were popping out all over the place. Extra ones. Always fun when you get extra cards. All right, Taurus, it's a card of y'all. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles corresponds to the element of earth, which has to do with our resources. And Taurus is all about the earth. The Knight of Pentacles. He is the guy that slow and steady wins the race. This is a knight who's not swift, but if he says he's going to do something, it will be done. Might take forever, but it is going to happen, right? Slow and steady, loyal, dependable, you know, salt of the earth type of thing. So this is a slower energy, which, okay, Taurus, there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's okay to go a little slow sometimes. All right, then your next card is the Page of Wands. Now the Page of Wands, that's a little faster energy. Wands is very swift. It has to do with the element of fire, and it encompasses our passions, desires, and our actions that we take. Pages are always messengers. So this is a message of desire, of passion. This is literally creativity starting to happen. This is, well, we're in the season of Aries, right? So we're in the season of new beginnings, new growth, spring returning, and all the trees budding out, and all of that situation. So often earth energy is winter energy, right? It's slow, it's ponderous, it feels a little heavier. It is about growing things, but it's about everything taking its time. And Wands is fire. Wands is Aries energy, and we're in the season of Aries. So it is energy of passion and action and things springing forth. And, you know, like when we think of spring, we think of all the activity that happens with spring. So what I'm going to say to you, Taurus, is you may have been feeling in your recent past like things were just dragging and dragging and dragging and taking forever to happen. And you have these creative ideas and you're just not able to get any traction on them. Don't despair. We're coming along to it. Keep in mind, though, here we've got your first of your 2 cards that are at the end. Okay, there we go. Is it going to do it? It's stubborn like that. 7 of Pentacles. Even me getting my camera to focus is a 7 of Pentacles moment. I love it. Okay, the 7 of Pentacles will show often a person who is farming, and there's a tree or a plant of some kind that's got some sort of fruits on it, and the farmer is checking to see, are these ripe? Are they ready to be picked? Is my hard work paying off yet, or do I still need to wait? And it is, in fact, a card of waiting. It is a card of having patience And it's also a card of continuing to do the work, right? Because if the harvest isn't ready, that doesn't mean that you're going to quit watering the plant and quit taking care of it. No, you're going to take care of it all the more carefully, because it's about to bear fruit, and you're finally going to get the rewards for all of your efforts. So, even though it seems like things have been going a little slow for you, Taurus, have no fear. Your time of harvest is coming. And look, with that card, we have the Magician. Now, the Magician is a card that basically says, you are the magic. You are the magic. Because, see, the Magician is using these tools, right? And we see the tools on the card here. We have your pentacles. That has to do with your resources. We have your wands. That's your actions and your passion. We have the cups. The cup has to do with your emotions. And then we have the sword. And that has to do with your thoughts and your mental processes and your communications. So these are all tools that the Magician uses. But by themselves, the tools don't do anything, do they? They're just tools. But it is the Magician himself. He is the magic. He uses his will, and he imposes his will, and he uses these tools to create the outcome that he desires. He's the magic. You're the magic, Taurus. You're the magic. And so it doesn't matter how long it takes or how much patience you need to have. Your efforts are going to bring forth a response. It's going to bring forth what you want. It just may take a little bit longer. All right, now let's pull 3 cards for the present. The Magician card is one of my favorite cards, because I think often we need to be reminded that we are the magic. Sometimes it feels like everything is just out of our control, and we can't control what's happening, right? But we can. Oh, there goes the second one. Oh, and the third one. Okay. Woohoo. All right. So, present energy. We've got the 7 of Swords. Now, this is often called the Thief card or deceit. It can mean that there is some sort of deceit or deception going on. So that will be a possibility for a small few of you. But often this card is telling us, in what ways do we deceive ourselves? In what ways are we not being truthful with ourselves? Are we being sneaky a little bit? Because this is what this guy is doing, you know, like he's stolen some swords, and he's kind of sloppy. He's left some behind, and he's looking behind him. Am I going to get caught? Anybody coming after me? Am I getting away with it? You know, there's an element of sneakiness there. But most of the time, at least in my experience of reading for many years, I find that this card comes up in ways in which we are not being honest with ourselves. So take a good look at that and see, is there ways that you're not being honest with yourself or others or somebody with you? All of those. So here we've got the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands, he is the king of passion and desire. I wanted to say drama as well. So since that popped into my head, that's my guide saying there could be some drama going on. Okay, I have to say it because they're yelling at me. All right, so with when I have these 2 cards together, likely indication there's somebody in your life who is being a little sneaky and is being a drama queen or king, however the case may be. So that can be a thing, definitely a thing. Now, if that's not the thing, keep in mind that the King of Wands is also about, he's a leader and he's a delegator. He has the vision, and then he likes to direct the action, right? He's very good at that, and very charismatic. This could be you. Maybe you're charismatic. Maybe you're directing the action, quite possibly. All right, and then we have the Justice card. Interesting that those 3 cards came out. I'm going to pull those and show those to you in a progression here in just a minute. The Justice card is about fairness and balance. It is also about personal responsibility. It can talk about karma to a certain extent, but it is more has to do with fairness. Now, it can indicate that there's a legal issue. So I'm going to pull this down into the mundane world here. So here we've got deceit and dishonesty, and we've got Mr. Drama, and then we've got, you know, the Justice. So it's possible that you might be in the middle of a divorce or some sort of situation. It could be a legal battle of some kind that has to do with dishonesty that occurred. So that is a possibility. But bear in mind that it can also be you're waking up to ways in which maybe you've deceived yourself, you're discovering your passion, and then you're creating, you know, you're taking personal responsibility for this. So it doesn't necessarily have to be someone doing you wrong. It could just be, hey, you wake up to, hey, I'm responsible for myself, and I need to take ownership of that. So now, looking at these cards vertically, we're going to show you we've got the Knight of Pentacles here, slow and steady wins the race, and then we've got the Thief card. So, as you're moving slowly through what you're moving through, be aware of that. Interesting, we've got the Page of Wands and the King of Wands right underneath. So we've got the beginnings of this spark of creativity, and then we've got, you know, full on actuating it so it can be a reality, right? Page all the way to the King. That's a progression for us. We've got the Seven of Pentacles followed by, the Seven of Pentacles, because we had a twofer. Seven of Pentacles and the Magician followed by the Justice card. What this tells to me is when you recognize that there's more work to do and you are the magic, you end up taking personal responsibility, right? That is the first step towards gaining what you want in life, is realizing, hey, I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for my outlook. I'm responsible for my actions, and therefore I have some measure of control over it, at least. So that even if it feels like it's slow and taking forever, that it's going to work out. So we've got 3 cards for our future that's coming toward us. You have the lovely Page of Cups. Now the Page of Cups, he kind of is representative of kind of an innocent energy. Pages are always messengers, so this can be a message of love, literally. And that could be a message of love as far as an actual, you know, love interest. It could also be a message of love from perhaps a friend, you know. We love our friends and family. And it could be a message saying, hey, we think you're perfect for the job. Notice that we've got a progression here from Mr. Slow and Steady wins the race, then this ways in which we're not honest with ourselves, and then we get this. So this tells me that when you get honest with yourself, good things start coming to you. Isn't that always the case? All right, your next card is the Hanging Man. Now the Hanging Man is a card that indicates personal sacrifice to gain a new perspective. The Hanging Man is always, you know, like he's only in this position because he put himself in it. It's actually, it always shows him tied up, but he's like tied really loosely. He could get out of it at any second. He's choosing this because he wants to look at the world differently. Instead of looking at the world from the right way up, he's going to look at it upside down, which gives you a whole different perspective on it. Now, look at this. Your new passion, your new passionate idea, and then your implementation of that idea gives you a new perspective. Fascinating. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, then your last card for what's coming towards you, Taurus, is the Fool. Now, the Fool is the card 0. It's the first card in the major arcana, and it indicates a new journey, a new exciting journey. And this is also stepping off in faith, because the Fool just takes off on the journey. He doesn't plan. I know this is contrary to what you do, Taurus, but he doesn't plan. He doesn't worry. He just goes, hey, this is what I want to do. And poof, off he goes and does it, right? Taurus is a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Deliberate about what they do. Okay, so let's look at this progression. We've got the Magician and the Seven of Pentacles. Then we've got the Justice card. Then we have, whoops, turn it around. Then we've got the Fool. So all together, we've got this progression of when I slow down, take my time, use my tools, I'm the magic, and I take personal responsibility. Now I gain a new perspective and I'm able to advance and begin a whole new journey. I love it. Now let's look at them horizontally. I like to show them both ways. I'm sorry I don't have another camera so you can see the layout. So we've got the Page of Wands, the Hanging Man, and the Fool. Or excuse me, not Page of Wands, Page of Cups. We've got the Page of Cups. So we've got this offer of love, this new perspective, and a brand new journey. There is a possibility, Taurus, I have to say, that you may be meeting somebody in the month of April, or it's someone you already know. Maybe you've kind of liked them a little bit from afar, and that's been going kind of slow for you, Knight of Pentacles, and now there's some interest being kindled. Don't rush it. I'm going to say, don't rush it. Just let it unfold naturally. All right? And be honest in the relationship. Let's pull the, let's look at the bottom here. All right, so your underlying energy, that's your shadow card. It's the card on the bottom of the deck, is the Nine of Swords. All right, so the underlying energy here is one of anxiety and worry. This shows a young woman who's like sitting bolt upright in bed. You know, she's so worried that it's keeping her awake at night, right? That's what those swords represent. Remember, swords is our thoughts and our mental processes and our communications. So I'm going to say to you, Taurus, that the energy underlying your reading is one of anxiety. And I have to say that when this card comes up, that's an indication that that's what you need to release. It's time to release the anxiety. Stop worrying about that. Relax and let it flow. All right, we are going to pull an oracle card, and we're using the Whispers of Healing oracle deck. The artwork is by Josephine Wall. Just beautiful. It spoke to me. It looked like spring. The backs of the cards look like this. It's like watercolory background that I wish I could paint. And what do we have here? We've got sleep. Okay. Maybe you just need more sleep, Taurus. I'm just going to say, maybe this worrying is keeping you from getting sleep. Could happen. All right, so here's your sleep card. Let's see if we can, there we go. All right, the key to recovery and healing is a good night's sleep. You get so involved in work, exercise, appointments, and socializing that your sleep is compromised. Create a routine with your sleep and commit to going to bed at the same time each night. The circadian rhythm regulates the eating and sleeping behavior of all living beings. This biological process drives your body's physiology to create an ideal sleep routine that you follow habitually. That might sound extreme, but your body needs the time provided during sleep to reset itself and to master its healing. All right. I like it. So, take time, relax, take care of yourself. Can't get any of this accomplished if you're not getting enough sleep. I like this reading for you, Taurus. Overall, this is really exciting, and it looks like there's going to be some new insights for you this month. I really like that. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you like the reading. If you do, please hit the like button and share it with someone who might appreciate it. And as always, hit the notification bell to be notified when the new videos are coming out. Thank you for being here. I hope you'll comment below and let me know what you thought about this reading. And as always, thank you for joining Mermaid Song Tarot. Many blessings.